Hello everyone and welcome back to Yogalibrium. If you're new here, my name is Heather and I welcome you to the channel. Let's begin standing at the top of our mat. We'll take the feet hip-width distance apart. On an inhale, go ahead and sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky, and on the exhale, folding forward as we arrive in our first posture of practice, this dangling forward fold. Nice soft bend in the knees is just fine, allowing the upper body, shoulders, crown of the head to completely surrender and relax towards the floor. You might take opposite elbows or keep the arms relaxing towards the floor, whatever you decide is more comfortable today. And in these first few breaths of class, just doing your best to take the intention of being as present as possible with each inhale. And lengthening each exhale so that you can become more relaxed with every moment that you hold the posture. And breathing wherever you are is perfect. And letting go of any unnecessary tension. If you're holding opposite elbows, gently go ahead and release the arms towards the floor. Let's softly sway the upper body from side to side. And finding your way back to center. Let's take an inhale to float the upper body up, lifting the head up and the gaze. And then go ahead and send your right foot back in space. We'll lower down to a lunge. And we'll set up for our dragon pose. Wiggling the left leg out to the outside edge of the mat, bringing both hands to the inside of that left foot. Take an inhale. And slowly exhaling, looking for your edge. And if you have props, of course, feeling free to use them here or lowering elbows down towards the floor if that's available. Wherever you are, taking full breaths. Softening and relaxing as much as you can into your posture. Taking one last deep breath here. And then as an option, if you wanted to, we'll take a gentle twist here before we come out of our pose. So taking the left hand up and around on top of that left thigh. You can press the hand into the thigh, open the chest up towards the sky, gazing over that left shoulder. And then go ahead and release back to center and make your way all the way back up. Wiggle that left foot back to the inside of the mat. Let's take low lunge on an inhale, and exhale, send it back to half split. Inhale, coming forward, low lunge. Exhale to half split. Just a couple more. And then I want you to go ahead and land the sit bones to the inside of that right shin as we prepare for a half saddle pose. So making sure you have the top of the shin and the top of the foot on the floor. Any support that you need underneath the left sit bone. If you wanted to fold a blanket, that would be fine too. Tipping your weight back into your hands, pausing here. Maybe lowering elbows down towards the floor. If it's available for you to lie all the way down, go right ahead. Option to reach the arms up above the head, maybe taking opposite elbows here. And a final variation could be to fold the left knee in and plant the sole of the left foot on the floor. So any of these options work just as well. All options are equal. Just set something up that serves you today. And last couple breaths here. And then taking your time, being gentle, releasing yourself all the way up out of the posture. Take a full inhale when you arrive at the top and an exhale. Beautiful. From here, we're going to lean way over towards the left. We're going to swing that right leg all the way around gently. Flip yourself around onto the belly. Keep that right leg at a 90-degree angle. And weave the right arm underneath so that the right shoulder comes down towards the mat. Relaxing here in this half fallen tree, half bow tie posture. And slowly starting to slide that right leg down to meet the left, taking the right arm out from underneath, landing in a neutral position on the belly. And our next pose is Sphinx pose. So you'll go ahead and pick up the upper body, taking the arms parallel to one another on the floor, elbows underneath shoulders, and gently pulling the arms back so that the heart pulls forward through the arms. And gentle gaze, deep breathing. If you like, you can also take a seal pose, wiggling the hands a little bit wider and extending the elbows up. Lowering your elbows back down towards the floor if they're not already there. Let's take one final breath together in Sphinx pose, filling up the lungs completely, following the exhale all the way to the bottom. And beautiful. From here, we're going to send the left leg out beside us so it comes into that 90-degree angle, and we'll weave the left arm underneath so that the left shoulder comes to the floor. Melting into your posture. And slowly lifting the upper body up, taking the left arm out from underneath. Let's come out of this one by sliding the left leg up towards straight, but we'll pick up the upper body and flip ourselves around to face the top of the mat. Bend that left knee around beside you so you come into that half saddle posture, starting to walk the weight back into your hands, to your elbows, all the way down to the floor, taking any variation that you need on this side. Feeling into the sensations as they come up. Allowing your thoughts to pass by without attachment. Allowing yourself to be fully present in your body and in your space. And let's slowly take our time as we lift ourselves up out of this pose. When you arrive back up on top of your sit bones, take a full deep breath in and exhale. Beautiful. Let's shift forward and come back into a nice low lunge on the second side. We'll inhale here and exhale, shift it back into our half split, and we'll flow between low lunge and half split just a couple of times, allowing the energy to move with ease. And then as we come forward, we'll bring both hands to the inside of the right leg, wiggle that right foot out to the outside edge of the mat, and start to make our way into dragon pose. Inviting as much softness into the body as you can. And just before we leave our dragon pose, if you wanted to take this twisting variation for a moment, we'll ground into the left hand or left forearm, reach that right arm up, use the hand to reach the thigh away from you, spiraling open through the chest, gazing up towards the sky. Beautiful. Go ahead and let that go. Walk yourself back up on top of your hands. And let's slide the right leg all the way around and back. And go ahead and flip ourselves around to face the back of the mat. Lie down. And the last pose I'm going to offer you in this practice is snail pose. So let's start for a moment by just windshield wipering the knees from side to side. As you feel ready, you can pick up the legs and take them up and over above your head towards the floor behind you. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can set this pose up. Being careful of your neck or any other issues you might have. If you needed to modify, you could take a sitting forward fold instead, caterpillar pose. If it feels okay, you can use the hands on the low back. You could use props underneath your toes. If your toes touch the floor and it feels okay, you might interlace your fingers and extend your arms. This is a beautiful release for the entire spine. And taking your time to slowly release yourself all the way back down on the mat. There's absolutely no rush. And once the sacrum meets the mat, maybe hug the knees into the chest and give yourself a little rock from side to side. Slowly extending the legs towards straight. Slowly releasing the arms beside you. Take up as much space as you like. Allowing the breath to rise and fall in its own natural pattern. As you completely let go here for these last few minutes together in Shavasana. And beginning to wiggle fingers and toes. Rolling wrists and ankles. And draw the legs together, float the arms up above your head. Take one last full stretch. And then gently roll over onto one side. Pause for a moment. Taking your time to make your way back up to any comfortable seated position. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart, bow our chin to our chest. And that's our practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you liked this sequence. And if you're new and this was your first practice with me, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Otherwise, please leave a like and maybe a comment down below. And I'll see you next time on the mat. Namaste.